welcome back, and normal service resumed. We have a cameraman. He is back. So yeah, if you preferred the static video from last week, let us know, but we are back and we can get up close and personal with our guitars. So week 2 of the September auction for Consignment update. We had the first episode last week, so do go back and check out that video if you want to see what we had in last week. But this week we've been bombarded. We've got a big section of stuff, and I'll have to apologise, a lot of Gibsons and Fenders. So if you don't like Gibsons and Fenders, wait till the end or just skip to the end. But stick with us because we all get to some more different things, some quirkier things. We even feature some basses today, which we don't often see. And one question I do have for people out there, our lovely subscribers and new watchers, is do you like seeing bass content? Because I don't think we feature them that much, because the consensus seems to be that people aren't necessarily interested in seeing them. But do comment on this video and let us know, because in a future video we will have more basses to show. We have got a collection of bass guitars in that we are pulling things out every now and then to show you. So do you want to see bass content? Let us know in the comments. But anyway, this auction, 3rd to the 6th of September, 4-day sale of guitars and everything related, artist guitars, all that kind of thing. So let's have a look at what we've got coming up in this auction. So in this bass guitar case, we have a guitar, just to confuse things. So here we have a Fender Telecaster Custom. We know it's a Telecaster Custom because of the wide range pickup in the neck, not to be confused with the Custom Telecaster, which is a standard spec Telecaster with a bound body, just to make things really confusing. So yeah, Telecaster Custom here. This is a 70s reissue. There we go, getting a good look. Made in Japan, this one. So nice guitar, fairly modern guitar. These tone and volume reflector caps on the knobs, we do have them. They have just, they're in the case, lost their stick, so get them stuck back on. But yeah, just a nice example. 70s reissue, made in Japan. So in here, this is a cool thing. Cool thing indeed. So we have a Fender American Pro FSR, which Fender special run, usually made in limited numbers. This is an American Pro reclaimed pine Jazzmaster, as you can see. So I kind of like the logo on there, how it
looks nice about that, I think.
Branded in, yeah, looks really smart. So we've got this really smart bird's eye maple neck with sort of a satin finish, so it feels really, really nice. Kind of gives a already played in feel, and then you just got these big knots in the pine there. Yeah, I think it's cool. It's like my nan's old dining table.
Say it's your granny's
yeah,
table.
It's my granny's table. There we go. So yeah, Fender Jazzmaster, reclaimed pine. A lot of people look at this, and we had a few comments on the social media channels, Instagram for example and Facebook, saying that looks heavy. Actually, it's not that heavy. It's quite light really, or certainly it's not any heavier than your nan's table. But yeah, nice thing, good condition, pretty much as new condition, and that's coming up in September. So in here we have a Fender Telecaster Custom again, and you can see with the single coil and the wide range humbucker. This one's actually been changed though. This has got a the Creamery sort of boutique pickups set in there, but this is a 75 reissue essentially, but this is the Telebration series that were an anniversary, a 60th anniversary series that came out in 2011, limited numbers, and this has got the black block inlays on the neck. Smart looking guitar, natural finish, got this contoured sort of the Strat type contour, which I think personally I quite like it. It's the one thing with my Telecaster is sometimes the digging into your arm on the hard edge.
Gets in the way.
Yeah, these problems us guitarists have, just gets in the way. But yeah, a comfortable guitar to play, smart looking thing. Again, great condition with its original case. This is a Fender precision bass. It's an American Deluxe precision bass. So you've got the noiseless pickups there, and you've kind of got this hybrid thing. So you've got the precision bass pickups here, and then the jazz pickups here, and all the you've got the stacked pots, the coil switch. So there's a lot going on there, a lot of tonal options for you. Natural finish, again, in very, very good condition. Original case, and yeah, just a good, solid bass guitar. And in here, if you don't want the precision bass, we have the jazz bass. So this is a Fender Elite, so American Elite series, so sort of higher end than the American standards. So again, we've got a good mixture of things going on here. I really, really like the Fender basses with the 70s style block inlays. I think they're smart. If you take a closer look, you can see they're sort of black pearl instead of the solid black or white pearl that you usually get. Natural finish body. Again, the Fender noiseless pickups. We've got all the stacked pots, various tonal things going on there. And again, really nice, good, clean condition and a natural finish. And we're sticking with a Fender Elite, but this time a Telecaster. So the Elite Telecaster. So what are the differences between this and American Standard? Well, you have the little belly pocket. It's obviously got an official name, but that's what I'll call it.
That's what we call it. We've both got little,
for the little
little tums.
tums there. And what else have we got? So we've got the noiseless pickups, so technically upgraded, better pickups. The noiseless pickups, we got the S1 switching, the pearl guard. We've got an ebony board, although it's quite grainy, but this is kind of, I guess this is what I would call Madagascan type ebony, so, or African ebony. It gives a lot these orange streaks through it. Looks quite smart. Looks a bit like rosewood. You've got the locking Fender tuners, of course, and the bound top. So really smart guitar, nice finish, very good clean condition again, like a lot of the guitars are from this collection, with its original case. So this isn't going to be for everyone, and some of you will know, some of you won't know all about the Fender Parallel Universe series, where it was Fender's, I guess it gave them carte blanche to really mix things up. And I guess it's quite an experimental thing, and it gave them the opportunity to probably judge. I think the reason they probably did it is to judge by the sales and reception they had on each model, to see what was popular, and essentially a business decision to make more money. That's the thing, isn't it, really? So then you see what's popular, and then you ditch the dross, and then keep going with the good stuff. So anyway, this is going to split opinions. I think it's a really smart looking guitar. It is a bit jarring to look at to start with, but you've got this mystic green finish, and yeah, it's basically a jazz Stratocaster. As you can see, you've got the Jazzmaster type pickups, the Jazzmaster bridge, the Jazzmaster type knobs, tailpiece, and then you've got the Strat neck, bound neck with the block inlays, again a feature that I quite like, matching headstock with the Jazzmaster type logo there. So yeah, it's just something a bit different, isn't it? And yeah, if you like Strats, you like Jazzmasters, but you want a in-betweener, then that's the one. Comes with a nice green case as well. So yeah, the Parallel Universe Jazz Stratocaster from Fender, and that dates to 2020. And in here we have another bass guitar, and this time we have a Jaguar bass. So I don't think I need to explain why it's a Jaguar bass. It's a Fender Jaguar in bass form, simple as that. Made in Japan, these ones. Again, I'm pretty sure these are a limited run. That maybe they still do them now, but yeah, you don't see many of them round. We certainly don't get many of them on ourselves. So this one dates from, I'd imagine it's about 10 years old. The Japanese serial numbers are not as easy to decipher just looking at them as American ones, so it'll be in the catalogue though. But a Fender Jaguar bass guitar. And in here, I'm going to say this is my favourite Fender of the video until we get to one later on that I'll probably have forgotten that we've got, and I'll say it again. But no, I'm pretty sure this is my favourite Fender so far that we have in, because for one reason only. If we look at the pickups, they are the Billy Corgan set. So we've got the DiMarzio rail pickups. It's essentially the Billy Corgan setup put into an American standard Strats. This isn't a Billy Corgan signature, which is a thing. This is a 2001 Fender American standard Stratocaster, just with the electrical upgrades, but it is the whole Billy Corgan thing, which I quite like. It's quite interesting when you play it through an amp clean and it just sounds like a Strat, but I'm looking forward to playing it overdriven. I'm a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan, and therefore a huge fan of Billy Corgan's guitar work and the sound. I'm a big fan of grunge in general from that era. So yeah, I really like it. It's a surf, or this will be the sky blue, but essentially surf colours. So cool thing with the Fender case. Everyone will be wondering in that last take why I said it's my favourite guitar when it's got more than one pickup, because I always say how I only like one pickup guitars, and there's a one pickup guitar. But anyway, so this is a Gibson Les Paul Jr. This is a tribute double cut. So you've got this brown satin finish, the single P90 pickup, and the sort of satin finish all over from 2019. A cool run of guitars these were. The biggest difference between this and a normal Les Paul Jr. is the fact that it's a non-dog ear pickup and it's got the bigger pick guard. So slightly different configuration all round, but still a good looking thing. It does the Les Paul Jr. thing, of course, with that single P90 pickup, and there it is with its original case. And if you like Les Pauls, but you're a bassist, or you're a guitarist, but you want a Les Paul bass, then there we have an ES Les Paul bass. So it's a semi-hollow body, Les Paul shaped and style, with all the electronic configuration you would see on a Les Paul guitar, but in bass form. So a low-end Gibson Les Paul. I am getting to the end of Gibson and Fender now, so for those of you who want something different, do stick around, because we will get on to other things. So here we have Les Paul Studio in this lesser spotted blue colour, and this one is from 2004, so a very good period in my opinion for Gibson, the early 2000s. Bit of lacquer checking around the controls there. But yeah, Les Paul Studio, so a stripped down Les Paul is essentially what they are, and hammer price, these tend to come in at between £700 and £800, so cheaper than a Les Paul standard, but by no means less quality. You just don't have all the fittings and bindings that you'd get on the Les Paul standard model, but good guitar, original Gibson case. What's not to like? In the wrong case. So you should usually have the plastic or ABS molded Fender case with these. This is a 1979 Fender 25th anniversary Stratocaster. So it doesn't have the original case, it doesn't have the certificate either, but it is a 25th anniversary Strat. Very heavy. That's the downside, but it is an anniversary Strat, and they would have been limited. They were limited edition, and yeah, it's had some wear and tear, but it will be priced accordingly. Very road-worn case and a slightly road-worn guitar inside. So this is the Fender Eric Johnson model Stratocaster. There we go. We've got the Eric Johnson little doodle stamp on the back, and I mean, you don't often see this model in this candy apple red, and I do really like how it's naturally wearing. The chap who's selling it, single owner from new, so he's used it, and yeah, it's all genuine play wear, which I do like to see. And so basically the Eric Johnson model is 50s spec, so you've got the 50s type, soft V neck, the standard Strat body, the single ply guard, the pickups for this model, and you've got the open spring cavity in the back. So some would think that's possibly missing, but that was part and parcel of this model. And then we have the Fender tweed lined case. So here we have a 1997 Paul Reed Smith SC245. So the SC standing for single cut, of course, and it's basically a Les Paul in PRS form. We've got this nice sort of honey top with the flame in it. Les Paul configurations, obviously the birds in flight and the headstock are the things that give away it's obviously a PRS and not a Gibson, but yeah, fairly good condition. It's in slightly used condition, but it comes with its original case, all of its tags, and it is a good quality guitar. So in here we have a Carvin, and this is the CT624 model in that red quilt. So a high-end USA guitar. Don't often see Carvins in our sales. In fact, I probably only get one or two a year. But they are good quality guitars, US build. Usually, I guess, have these fancier appointments like the quilted top and the, as you can see there, the abalone topped knobs. But there we go. Carvin CT. Did I say 624? I think I did, off the top of my head. There we go. And here we have a G&L ASAT Classic. So these early ones, and you can tell it's an early one because it's got the Leo Fender logo on the top there. So this is from 1988, so nearly as old as me. And yeah, these early ones are worth slightly more. And it is the earlier ones that have the Leo Fender facsimile on the front. So G&L ASAT Classic, it's had some use, some good genuine wear. Again, I do like to see this because it's not just been kept away, collected and never touched. It has been used and used extensively. Same vendor as the Eric Johnson Strat as well, actually. So someone who did buy the guitars as tools to use. Like I said, nice to see. Comes in the Ritter gig bag, so it doesn't have an original G&L case, but it's a cool early G&L ASAT Classic. So in last week's video, you will have seen some Santa Cruz guitars, and I mentioned that there were some other acoustic guitars that are very nice indeed. This is from that same collection as the other Santa Cruz guitars. I didn't show everything from that collection last week due to time constraints. So this is another Santa Cruz guitar from that same collection. So this is the H13 model. Again, very much in the Martin vein. Mahogany back and sides. And then you've got this spruce top with the herringbone type inlay. So yeah, really is a nice guitar. Santa Cruz are very well built. I've never come across a bad one, but not that I've given this one much attention yet. Slightly out of tune, but nice big sound, quite a deep body, and yeah, the Martin stylings there. Santa Cruz from the USA. Some more boutique and I guess high-end acoustic guitars. This one is British made in Devon. This is Brook guitars, and this is the Creedy model. So a nice little small-bodied guitar, perfect armchair guitar. And yeah, got a bit of a pong coming off of this one. I think it's been in its case a long time. So just be thankful this isn't smell-o-vision. I have to take my word for it. Hopefully the smell will dissipate before the auction comes around. But decent quality acoustic guitar there. So when this guitar first came in, I got a bit excited because it said Collings on, and it's obviously a hollow body guitar case, so I thought it might be an I-35 or the 330 equivalent, but it's neither. It's not even a Collings. It's another Brook. So this time we have the Little Silver. Just had to remind myself there. So very similar to the last guitar, although this is a 12 string. So Little Silver model. We do have a bit of belly lift there, which is a shame. Completely out of tune, but it's a good guitar. It's got this sort of figured. I'm pretty sure it's mahogany, isn't it? Figured mahogany there. It's got a certain name anyway, this kind of mahogany, and decent guitar in the incorrect case. I guess we need to make a decision as to whether to sell the guitar and case separately. Probably should be sold separately, to be honest. Check back in the catalogue and you'll find out what we do. So this guitar is a little bit special, or I should probably say rare. It's not going to be special to everyone, but it is a rare thing indeed. So this is a 1964 Rickenbacker 325S. So some of you will be familiar with these smaller body Ricks, and particularly John Lennon used these smaller body 325s. You'll see the F-hole cutaway. So this is the, I guess this is the Rose Morris version, and comes with its original case. Been consigned by the original owner, and he actually purchased this guitar in Cyprus when he was over there, and yeah, he's had it since basically, I believe 65. So it's been with that owner all the time. It's been, apparently it was used every week. It was gigged all the time. So it's lasted quite well. It's in pretty good condition considering it was sort of the guy's main guitar, and one of only a few guitars that he had. So it comes with the original case. Really nice example. It's a cool thing. And for those of you who like your short scale guitars, because it is short scale. I'm finding it quite difficult to play it personally, but for those of you who do like your shorter scale guitars, this is a particularly rare thing. So perfect for those Rickenbacker collectors, I guess, because not everyone's going to have one of these. So there we go, 1964 Rickenbacker 325S. Jumping back to some Gibson things. So here we have a Gibson Memphis ES-339. So the 339 is basically a smaller 335. So you've got the smaller body. So for those who struggle with the size of the 335 body, then this is what you can get. So Gibson Memphis, good guitars, and yeah, I guess very much on par with the custom shop things, aren't they? But there it is in its original case. And talking of Gibson Custom, we have a Les Paul Custom from Gibson Custom. So this is a 3-pickup Black Beauty Les Paul Custom in the ebony finish, 57 reissue, and you can see how it's checking there. The finish is checking away nicely. Comes with its original case. So good condition for the age for a used guitar. This one is from, this will be from around 2005. Like I said, with the hard case, nice thing. So from National Reso-Phonic, we have a Resolectric Custom. It's a really cool looking guitar, isn't it? With this sort of quilted maple sunburst finished top and all the black fittings. And this guitar, as you can see, action very high. Some would say the neck is bowed. Technically it is, but it's not, because it's been set up that way to play slide on it, as it should be. Really highly figured maple neck, really good quality guitar, got the mahogany back there, and yeah, good clean condition with its case. And you just had a flash of who the signature artist is of this one, so it can only be one thing. It is a Lucille. It's a Gibson BB King Lucille in the ebony finish, and a nice guitar in good clean condition. So for those of you who are big fans of BB King and want to attempt to sound and play like him, then you can give it a go. And here we have an SG in the walnut finish, Gibson SG standard from 2016. It's just a good clean example. There's a few very minor marks to the finish, but it's in its original case. And there we go, Gibson SG from 2016 walnut finish. So in here we have a slightly different looking Les Paul. So this is from 2014. This is the Gibson Les Paul limited edition all wood series, and might be a bit of a weird thing to say, an all wood guitar, but actually I think the reason is because even some of the fittings and appointments are wood as well. So this is the maple version. So you've got the maple cap top, you've got the maple cap back, you've got a nice slab of mahogany in the middle there, you've got the maple neck, and then you have the what looks like rosewood, it might not be rosewood, but the rosewood pickup surrounds. And then
Oh, and the inlays as well, huh?
Inlays as well, yeah. And then you've got the truss rod cover. So it really is anything that can be made out of wood, really has been made out of wood. So you don't even have bindings, so the you've just got that solid bit of maple on the top, which makes up the bindings as well. So a bit different looking. I think it looks quite cool myself. Very bling, I guess some would say. But there it is, good condition with the original case. So in here we have a very boutique type guitar, company called Alpher, A-L-P-H-E-R, and I'm pretty sure this is their Opah, O-P-A-H Prime model. Still, this has just come in, and the first time I opened this case was about 5 minutes ago. So have to look at the woods that are used to build this. Looks like walnut on the top and back there, or the top, but it's got this this pretty cool magnetic control cavity that shows us that it's number 51 made by the maker. All really good components in there though, and yeah, nice guitar. Hip shot locking tuners, again good quality. You can see the quality of the maple on the neck there as well. And you've got this ebony board with the with those dotted inlays there. Smart looking guitar. The Lola pickups there as well. Cool guitar. Looking forward to finding out more about it for the catalogue. In here again, something a bit different and boutique. This is made by Hammett guitars, and this is the Slim Twin. So it's very much modelled on the, I guess the US K guitars. So you've got this deep chambered body with the two pickups there, sort of almost with that floating appearance. And yeah, good quality, high quality guitar, and it really looks the part. So if you're into your American guitars, there's the Hammett Slim Twin. Nice boutique made thing in great condition with the case. And just closing out today with something rather nice really. A Vanden guitar, Scottish maker, and this is his 335 equivalent. I believe he calls the model the 335 as well. So a very well regarded maker, certainly known within the jazz guitar scene. Makes some very, very nice jazz guitars, and his jazz guitars are certainly worth quite a lot of money these days. So yeah, very, very, very high-end boutique. You can see it's a stunning quality guitar, isn't it? Look at the tight-grained maple on the top there. So they're all maple, back and sides, mahogany neck. You've got the rosewood veneer back of the neck there with the stinger. It's just a really, really nice guitar, quite frankly. So, like I said, more known for his arch tops and jazz guitars, but this is his 335 model, and it's a really, really nice thing to close out with today. There we go, ladies and gents. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed this week's consignment update. Head back and look at our last consignment update, which is the first episode for this September auction. Another 4-day auction coming up for you from the 3rd to the 6th of September. So the 3rd is the first day. How the sale's going to be formatted, we don't know. The last auction we had a slightly different format with the artist guitars and Bernie Marsden collection going on, but we're pretty sure it's going to be guitars on the 3rd, so that'll be the Tuesday of the sale week. We do have other artist guitars coming in, some very nice things pending. We've got a big collection of guitars coming in tomorrow. So tomorrow morning we've got a collection of about 60 guitars landing with us. So the next couple of consignment updates we will be featuring some things from that collection, some very, very nice guitars indeed. So keep an eye out for those. Keep an eye on our socials, Instagram and Facebook, to be the first to find out anything really interesting. Because as soon as something really interesting comes in, we put it on our socials straight away. So that's where you need to be to find out the news quickly. And of course, subscribe to our channel, like this video, hit the bell icon for future updates, because this is the opportunity to see a big, broad section of guitars and related items that we have coming up. Of course, we have amplifiers, pedals, spares, studio and audio equipment, as well as the memorabilia and things like that. So thanks for joining us again today, and we will see you next time.